My child, stop what you are doing for a moment and listen carefully to my voice. This is not an accident. This is not a coincidence. You did not come across this message by chance. Before this week ends, there is something I need you to understand. There is something I need you to remember. There is something I need you to hold on to with all your heart. You have been carrying burdens that you were never meant to carry alone. You have been trying to figure everything out by yourself. You have spent countless hours worrying about situations you cannot control. You have lost sleep over things that have not even happened yet. You have allowed fear to whisper louder than faith. You have allowed anxiety to occupy places in your mind that should belong to my peace. If you're trusting God before this week ends, type, "I trust your timing, Lord." But today I'm calling you back to me. I see every tear you have cried when nobody else was watching. I see every disappointment you have hidden behind your smile. I see every prayer that seemed unanswered. I see every battle you fought in silence. Nothing has escaped my attention. You have wondered if I still hear you. You have wondered if I still care. You have wondered if I have forgotten the promises I spoke over your life. My child, I have not forgotten you. Not for 1 second. Not for 1 moment. The world may overlook you. People may misunderstand you. Friends may leave you. Opportunities may disappear. Doors may close. But I have never taken my eyes off you. Even during the seasons when you felt abandoned, I was there. Even during the nights when you felt alone, I was there. Even during the moments when you questioned everything, I was there. I was working behind the scenes in ways you could not see. I was arranging things you could not understand. I was protecting you from dangers you never knew existed. I was preparing blessings that were not yet ready to be revealed. You often judge your life by what you can see in front of you, but I see the entire picture. I see the beginning and the end. I know what is coming next. I know where I am leading you. If this message spoke directly to your situation, write, "God has not forgotten me." That is why I am asking you not to panic before this week ends. Do not allow temporary circumstances to convince you that your future is ruined. Do not let one difficult chapter make you believe the story is over. Do not let the delay convince you that the promise has been cancelled. The promise still stands. The purpose still stands. The calling still stands. What I spoke over your life has not expired. What I began in you, I am still completing. You are looking at the clock, but I am looking at destiny. You are focused on the delay, but I am focused on the outcome. You are worried about how, but I already know how. You are concerned about when, but I already know when. Trust me. I know that trust is difficult when life has wounded you. I know trust becomes harder after disappointment. I know trust becomes painful when people have broken promises. But I am not like people. Human beings can fail you. Human beings can abandon you. Human beings can disappoint you. But I remain faithful. My character does not change. My love does not change. My commitment to you does not change. Before this week ends, I need you to release something. I need you to release the belief that you must carry everything by yourself. You have been carrying emotional weights that are exhausting your spirit. You have been carrying fears that are stealing your peace. You have been carrying regrets that are poisoning your joy. You have been carrying guilt that I already forgave. Lay those things down. Bring them to me. You do not have to carry tomorrow before it arrives. You do not have to solve every problem tonight. You do not have to understand every detail of my plan. Your responsibility is not to control everything. Your responsibility is to trust me. My child, there are blessings you have not seen yet. There are answers already moving toward you. There are opportunities being prepared. There are connections being arranged. There are doors being positioned. There are obstacles being removed. What is one prayer request you are believing God to answer this week? Share it below. Just because you cannot see movement does not mean nothing is happening. Many times, the greatest miracles begin in hidden places. Seeds grow underground before they appear above the surface. The sunrise begins before you see the first light. Breakthrough often starts before there is visible evidence. Do not judge my work too early. Do not conclude that nothing is happening simply because you cannot see it. I am still working. I am still moving. I am still opening paths where none appear to exist. I know there are situations in your life that seem impossible. I know there are circumstances that have tested your faith. I know there are people you have been praying for. I know there are financial concerns weighing heavily on your heart. I know there are dreams that seem delayed. I know there are questions that remain unanswered. But hear me clearly. The size of your problem does not intimidate me. The complexity of your situation does not confuse me. The impossibility of your circumstances does not limit me. I am still God. I am still powerful. I am still able. I have not lost my authority. I have not lost my strength. I have not lost my ability to intervene. What seems impossible to you is completely possible for me. This is why you must not surrender to hopelessness. Hopelessness is not your future. Defeat is not your identity. Failure is not your destiny. You belong to me. And because you belong to me, your story is not finished. If you're choosing faith over fear today, comment, I walk by faith. There are chapters you have not read yet. There are victories you have not experienced yet. There are testimonies you have not spoken yet. There are prayers you have not seen answered yet. Do not quit before the breakthrough. Do not stop believing before the miracle. Do not walk away before the harvest. Many people give up moments before things begin to change. Do not be one of them. Stand firm. Remain faithful. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Keep moving forward. My child, I also need you to be careful about the voices you listen to during this season. Not every voice speaking into your life is speaking truth. Some voices produce fear. Some voices produce confusion. Some voices produce doubt. Some voices attempt to pull you away from my peace. Learn to recognize the difference between my voice and the voice of fear. Fear rushes you. I guide you. Fear condemns you. I correct you with love. Fear predicts disaster. I provide hope. Fear tells you everything is falling apart. I remind you that I am holding everything together. When fear becomes loud, come back to my presence. When anxiety rises, come back to my promises. When uncertainty grows, come back to my word. Do not feed your fear more than you feed your faith. The thoughts you entertain will shape the direction of your life. Guard your mind. Guard your heart. Guard your spirit. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every worry deserves your energy. Not every fear deserves your agreement. Choose faith. Choose trust. Choose hope. Before this week ends, I want you to remember something that the enemy desperately wants you to forget. Where are you watching from today? Let us pray for your nation and city. You are not fighting this battle alone. He wants you to believe you are isolated. He wants you to believe nobody understands. He wants you to believe your situation is hopeless. He wants you to believe your prayers are powerless. But those are lies. I am with you. I was with you yesterday. I am with you today, and I will be with you tomorrow. I go before you. I stand beside you. I remain behind you. You are surrounded by my presence even when your emotions tell you otherwise. Do not allow feelings to become your authority. Feelings change, circumstances change, opinions change. But my truth remains, my promises remain, my faithfulness remains. The storm may still be around you, but I am greater than the storm. The challenge may still exist, but I am greater than the challenge. The obstacle may still be standing, but I am greater than the obstacle. Look at me more than you look at the problem. Focus on my power more than you focus on the difficulty. Focus on my promises more than you focus on the delay. Because before this, weekends, I need you to step into a new level of trust. Not trust based on circumstances, not trust based on emotions, not trust based on visible evidence. Trust based on who I am. Trust that remains even when answers have not arrived. Trust that remains even when the path is unclear. Trust that remains even when the waiting continues. That kind of trust opens the door for peace that circumstances cannot steal. If you believe God is working behind the scenes, type, God is working for me. And that peace is what I want to give you today. So take a deep breath, my child. Release the fear, release the pressure, release the need to control. Everything, place it in my hands, because I'm already working on things you cannot yet see. I am already arranging details you do not yet understand. I'm already making a way where there appears to be no way, and before this week ends, you will begin to understand why I asked you to keep trusting me, my child. There is another reason I brought you here today. There is something I need to reveal to your heart before this week comes to an end. You have been asking me for answers, but many times you have been looking for those answers in places where they cannot be found. You have searched through opinions. You have searched through endless thoughts. You have searched through your own understanding. Yet the peace you desire does not come from having every answer. True peace comes from knowing that I am in control, even when you do not have all the answers. I know you want certainty. I know you want a clear timeline. I know you want to know exactly how everything will unfold. But if I showed you every detail of the road ahead, you would not need faith. Faith grows when you continue walking even when the path is not fully visible. Faith grows when you choose to trust my hand instead of demanding to see the entire journey. This season is teaching you something that will strengthen you for years to come. It is teaching you to depend on me more than your circumstances. It is teaching you to seek my presence more than quick solutions. It is teaching you that your security is not found in what happens around you, but in the one who holds your future. Many of the battles you have faced recently have not merely been physical battles. They have been battles of the mind. The enemy has tried to exhaust you through overthinking. He has tried to weaken you through worry. He has tried to keep you distracted with fear about things that may never happen. He knows that if he can keep your attention fixed on problems, he can keep you from seeing my promises. He knows that if he can keep your heart occupied with anxiety, he can rob you of the joy and confidence that belong to you as my child. But today, I am calling you to shift your focus. Stop magnifying what frightens you and start magnifying me. Stop rehearsing worst-case scenarios and start remembering my faithfulness. Think back over your life. Have I not brought you through difficult seasons before? Have I not opened doors when it seemed impossible? Have I not provided when resources were limited? Have I not protected you when danger was near? Have I not comforted you when your heart was broken? The same God who carried you through yesterday is the same God who is carrying you today. I have not changed. My power has not diminished. My love for you has not grown weaker. There are moments when you feel like you are standing still, but what you call standing still is often preparation. A builder spends time laying a foundation before constructing a house. A farmer spends time planting seeds before expecting a harvest. Preparation is not punishment. Waiting is not rejection. Delay is not denial. There are things I am developing within you that could not be developed any other way. Patience is being formed. Wisdom is being strengthened. Character is being refined. Dependence on me is growing deeper. These are treasures that will remain long after your current struggles have passed. My child, do not compare your journey to the journeys of others. Comparison is stealing your peace. You see someone else's blessing and wonder why yours has not arrived. You see someone else's progress and question your own path. But you are looking at a small part of their story while forgetting the unique plan I have for your life. What I am doing in them is not what I am doing in you. Your timing is different. Your assignment is different. Your preparation is different. Your testimony will be different. Trust the path I have chosen for you. Trust that my plans for you are good, even when they do not look exactly like the plans you imagined. I also need you to let go of some disappointments that you have carried for too long. There are wounds from the past that continue to influence the way you see the future. There are old hurts that still whisper lies into your heart. Some people walked away and left scars. Some opportunities disappeared and left questions. Some prayers seemed unanswered and left confusion. But do not allow yesterday's pain to determine tomorrow's expectations. I am not limited by what happened in your past. I can restore what was lost. I can heal what was broken. I can redeem what seemed wasted. I can bring beauty from places that once held only pain. What breakthrough are you praying for right now? Family, health, finances, or relationships? If you refuse to give up on God's promises, write, "I will not quit." There are things you regret. There are decisions you wish you could undo. There are moments you replay in your mind, wondering what might have happened if you had chosen differently. But I do not want you living in a prison of regret. Regret keeps your eyes fixed on doors that have already closed. I'm calling you to look ahead. The future I have prepared for you cannot be embraced while you are constantly staring behind you. Learn from the past, but do not live there. Receive my forgiveness. Receive my grace. Receive the fresh start I am offering you. My child, before this week ends, I want you to become aware of how much I have already done in your life. The enemy wants you to focus only on what is missing. He wants you to overlook the blessings that surround you. He wants you to believe that I have done nothing because there are still prayers waiting for answers. But look again. You have survived things that should have broken you. You have overcome challenges that once seemed impossible. You have received mercies you did not even recognize at the time. You have experienced protection that you never knew was taking place. Every day my hand has been upon your life, even when you did not realize it. I am asking you to cultivate gratitude. Gratitude changes perspective. Gratitude reminds you that I am still working. Gratitude strengthens faith for the future. When you remember what I have already done, it becomes easier to trust me for what I will do next. Gratitude is not pretending that problems do not exist. Gratitude is choosing to recognize my goodness in the middle of those problems. It is acknowledging that even though the journey is not finished, I have been faithful every step of the way. There is also someone listening to this message who feels tired in a way that few people understand. You are physically tired, emotionally tired, mentally tired, and spiritually tired. You have been carrying responsibilities that seem endless. You have been giving to others while feeling empty yourself. You have been trying to stay strong, even when your strength feels exhausted. Hear me clearly, my child. You do not have to carry this burden alone. Come to me, bring me your weariness. Bring me your exhaustion. Bring me your frustration. Let me strengthen you. Let me refresh you. Let me restore what has been drained from your soul. You were never created to live in a constant state of striving. You were never created to rely solely on your own strength. My power is made perfect in weakness. When you reach the end of your ability, you often discover the beginning of my intervention. Stop believing the lie that you must have everything together before you come to me. Come to me exactly as you are. Come with your questions. Come with your fears. Come with your uncertainty. Come with your brokenness. I already know everything about you, and my love for you remains unchanged. The days ahead may bring unexpected developments. Some will be opportunities. Some will be challenges. Some will require decisions. But whatever comes, remember this: nothing catches me by surprise. I'm already in your tomorrow. I'm already present in the situations that concern you. I already know the outcome of every battle you face. Therefore, do not allow fear to rule your heart. Fear is a poor guide. Let faith guide you instead. Let my spirit lead you. Let my peace govern your thoughts. You have spent too much time imagining disasters that never happened. You have spent too much energy preparing for defeat when I was preparing victory. You have spent too many nights worrying about things that were already in my hands. Today I'm inviting you to rest in my care, not because every problem has disappeared, but because I am greater than every problem. Not because every answer has arrived, but because I am trustworthy. Not because the future is completely visible, but because I hold the future. Comment one word that describes what you need from God this week. Before this week ends, there will be moments when you are tempted to doubt. There will be moments when circumstances seem louder than my promises. There will be moments when fear tries to return. When those moments come, remember what I am telling you now. Remember that I am with you. Remember that I am for you. Remember that I have not abandoned you. Remember that my plans are still unfolding. Remember that my timing is still perfect. Remember that what looks impossible to human eyes is never impossible for me. Hold on a little longer, my child. Keep praying, keep believing. Keep walking forward one step at a time. The story is not over. The breakthrough has not been cancelled. The promise has not been forgotten. The blessing has not been lost. I'm still writing chapters that you have not yet read, and what I have prepared is greater than what you can currently imagine. My child, as you continue listening to my voice, I want you to understand something that many people never fully realize. The greatest battles in your life are not always the battles happening around you. Often, the greatest battles are the ones taking place within you. There are moments when the enemy cannot stop my plan for your life, so he tries to stop your confidence in my plan. He cannot remove my promises, so he attempts to make you doubt them. He cannot separate you from my love, so he tries to convince you that I have moved away from you. But my child, do not believe those lies. I'm closer than you think. Even now, while you are listening to this message, my presence is surrounding you. My hand is upon your life. My eyes are watching over you. My heart is full of love for you. I know there have been days recently when you felt discouraged. You prayed, but nothing seemed to change. You waited, but no answer appeared. You hoped, but circumstances seemed to move in the opposite direction. During those moments, it was easy to wonder whether your faith was making any difference at all. But I want you to know that every prayer you have spoken has been heard. Every tear you have shed has been seen. Every act of faith has been noticed. Nothing has been wasted. The prayers you think disappeared into silence have reached my throne. The tears you cried in private have been collected by me. The faith you demonstrated in difficult circumstances has not gone unnoticed. There are things happening behind the scenes that you cannot yet see. While you have been worrying, I have been working. While you have been questioning, I have been arranging. While you have been waiting, I have been preparing. The reason you cannot see everything is because your perspective is limited to the present moment. But I see the entire journey. I know where every road leads. I know which opportunities are right for you and which ones would ultimately harm you. I know which relationships will strengthen your future and which ones would distract you from your purpose. Trust that when I close a door, I'm protecting you. Trust that when I delay something, I have a reason. Trust that when I redirect you, it is because I see something you cannot see. If you're waiting on a miracle, type, "My miracle is coming." My child, there are blessings that require preparation before they can be entrusted to you. If I gave you everything you asked for immediately, some of those blessings would become burdens. Some opportunities would overwhelm you. Some responsibilities would arrive before you were ready. That is why my timing matters. I'm not only concerned with giving you what you desire, I'm also concerned with preparing you to handle it wisely. The waiting season is not meaningless. The preparation season is not empty. Every lesson you are learning now will serve a purpose later. You have asked me to increase your faith, and I am doing that. You have asked me to make you stronger, and I am doing that. You have asked me to draw you closer to me, and I am doing that. But many times, the process looks different from what you expected. Strength is developed when resistance is present. Faith grows when certainty is absent. Trust deepens when you choose to rely on me despite unanswered questions. The very season you wanted to escape may be the season producing the qualities that will carry you into your next level of blessing. There are some people around you who do not understand what I am doing in your life. They see your waiting season and assume nothing is happening. They see your struggles and assume you are losing. They see your delays and assume you have been forgotten. But they cannot see what I see. They cannot see the work taking place beneath the surface. They cannot see the spiritual growth that is occurring. They cannot see the future I have already planned. Therefore, do not let the opinions of others determine your confidence. Your life is not guided by public opinion. Your life is guided by my purpose. My child, I also want to speak to the fears that have been troubling your heart. Some of those fears are connected to your future. You wonder how certain situations will work out. You wonder whether you will have enough resources. You wonder whether the opportunities you need will appear. You wonder whether the people you love will be protected. These concerns feel very real to you, but I want you to place them in my hands. Fear gains strength when you hold on to things that belong to me. Peace grows when you surrender those things back to me. Remember this, worrying about tomorrow does not improve tomorrow. It only steals strength from today. I want you to live one day at a time. Receive today's grace for today's challenges. Receive today's strength for today's responsibilities. Do not carry next month's worries into today. Do not carry next year's concerns into this moment. Stay close to me, listen for my voice. Follow my leading. I will provide what you need when you need it. There is another thing I need you to release before this week ends. I need you to release the pressure to be perfect. You have been placing unrealistic expectations upon yourself. You have been criticizing yourself for every mistake. You have been focusing on every weakness while ignoring the progress you have made. My child, I see your growth even when you do not. I see the prayers that have changed you. I see the battles you have overcome. I see the maturity that has developed within you. Stop measuring yourself only by how far you still have to go. Also recognize how far I have already brought you. How has God been faithful to you in the past? Share your testimony below. You are not the same person you were a year ago. You are not the same person you were before those trials. You are not the same person you were before those prayers. I have been shaping you. I have been refining you. I have been teaching you. Growth often happens so gradually that you fail to notice it until you look back. But I see it clearly. I see the compassion you have developed. I see the wisdom you have gained. I see the patience that has been formed. I see the dependence upon me that has deepened. Do not overlook the work I am doing within you, simply because you are focused on what is happening around you. My child, there are moments ahead when I will ask you to take steps of faith. Those steps may seem small at first. They may not appear dramatic. They may simply involve obedience in ordinary situations. But never underestimate the power of obedience. Small acts of obedience often lead to significant breakthroughs. A single decision guided by my spirit can change the direction of your future. A single act of faith can open doors that seem permanently closed. A single moment of trust can position you for blessings you never expected. Do not wait until you feel completely confident before obeying me. Faith is not the absence of uncertainty. Faith is moving forward even when uncertainty exists. If you wait until every question is answered, you may never move. But if you trust me step by step, I will guide you. I will illuminate the path as you walk it. You do not need to know everything in advance. You only need to trust the one who does. I know some of you listening have been fighting secret battles that nobody else knows about. You smile in public, but privately you feel overwhelmed. You encourage others, but your own heart feels weary. You appear strong on the outside, but inside you are asking whether you can keep going. My child, hear me clearly. You are stronger than you realize, because my strength is working within you. You are not carrying this burden alone. Even when nobody else understands, I understand. Even when nobody else sees your struggle, I see it. Even when nobody else knows your pain, I know it completely. Do not isolate yourself from my presence. Do not run from me because you feel discouraged. Run toward me. Let me be your refuge. Let me be your comfort. Let me be your source of strength. There is healing in my presence. There is peace in my presence. There is wisdom in my presence. There is restoration in my presence. The answers you seek may not arrive all at once, but the peace you need is available right now. Before this week ends, I want you to make a decision. Decide that you will trust me regardless of what happens. Decide that you will continue believing even if the answer takes longer than expected. Decide that you will praise me even before the breakthrough arrives. Decide that you will walk by faith instead of fear. This decision will change everything. When your trust becomes rooted in my character rather than your circumstances, the storms around you lose their power to control you. My child, greater peace is coming. Greater clarity is coming. Greater strength is coming. The season you are in right now is not permanent. The struggle is not permanent. The waiting is not permanent. The uncertainty is not permanent. I am leading you forward, and I am not finished with your story. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your heart open to my voice. Keep your faith alive. Keep moving forward. The days ahead hold more of my goodness than you currently realize. And before this weekends, I want you to remember that I am still working, still guiding, still protecting, still providing, and still fulfilling every purpose I have spoken over your life. If you're believing for a fresh start, comment, "God is making a way." My child, as this message continues, I want you to quiet every distracting voice around you and listen carefully to what I am about to say. There are some things that can only be understood when the heart becomes still. You have been surrounded by noise for too long, the noise of fear, the noise of opinions, the noise of bad news, the noise of uncertainty, the noise of your own anxious thoughts. These voices have competed for your attention day after day, and little by little they have tried to pull your focus away from me. But today, I am calling you back into a place of spiritual clarity. I'm calling you back into a place where my voice becomes louder than every fear and stronger than every doubt. My child, do not underestimate the power of where you place your attention. Whatever consistently occupies your mind eventually begins to influence your emotions, your decisions, and your expectations. If your attention remains fixed on problems, your problems will appear larger than they truly are. If your attention remains fixed on fear, fear will begin to shape the way you see the future. But when your attention is fixed on me, something changes. Hope begins to rise again. Strength begins to return. Peace begins to replace anxiety. Confidence begins to replace discouragement. This is why the enemy constantly fights for your attention. He understands that if he can control your focus, he can influence your faith. But I am telling you today to redirect your eyes toward me. Write the names of your loved ones you want this community to pray for. You have spent enough time staring at mountains that I am fully capable of moving. You have spent enough time analyzing obstacles that I already knew would appear on your path. Nothing in your life has surprised me. Nothing has occurred outside of my awareness. Nothing has happened beyond my ability to intervene. The challenge standing before you may seem overwhelming, but it is not greater than my power. The delay you are experiencing may seem endless, but it is not beyond my timing. The uncertainty you feel may seem uncomfortable, but it is not outside my control. There are moments when you think I am silent because I am absent. But my child, my silence does not mean my absence. There are seasons when I speak through waiting. There are seasons when I speak through preparation. There are seasons when I speak through closed doors. There are seasons when I speak through unexpected redirections. You often expect me to communicate through dramatic signs and immediate answers, but sometimes my greatest work occurs quietly. Sometimes I am building things that cannot yet be seen. Sometimes I am protecting you from dangers you do not recognize. Sometimes I am arranging circumstances that will only make sense later. Think about the times in your past when you were disappointed by something that did not happen. At the time, it felt like a loss. At the time, it felt like a setback. At the time, it felt like I was withholding something good from you. Yet later you discovered that what seemed like a disappointment was actually protection. What seemed like rejection was actually redirection. What seemed like a closed door was actually my mercy. My child, I need you to trust that I am still operating with the same wisdom today. If you're surrendering your worries to God today, type, "It is in God's hands. There are blessings I have prepared for you that require patience to receive." The world teaches people to demand immediate results. The world encourages people to become frustrated whenever things take time. But many of the most valuable things I do in a person's life happen gradually. A strong tree does not grow overnight. Deep roots are developed over time. Character is developed over time. Spiritual maturity is developed over time. Lasting faith is developed over time. Do not despise the process simply because it is taking longer than you expected. I know there are dreams that remain unfinished. I know there are prayers that seem delayed. I know there are situations that continue to test your patience. But hear me clearly, delay does not mean denial. Just because something has not happened yet does not mean it will never happen. There are promises that are still unfolding. There are opportunities that are still being prepared. There are answers that are still moving toward you. The enemy wants you to become impatient and abandon your faith right before the breakthrough arrives. He wants you to quit during the final stretch of the journey. But I am telling you today, do not quit. Do not surrender your hope. Do not allow temporary discouragement to rob you of future victory. My child, some of the battles you are facing right now are actually revealing how much you need me. You have abilities. You have talents. You have experience. But there are situations in life that cannot be solved by human strength alone. There are circumstances that force you to depend upon me in ways you never expected. While those moments can feel uncomfortable, they often become the moments that transform you the most. Dependence upon me is not weakness. Dependence upon me is wisdom. The strongest believers are not those who rely on themselves the most. The strongest believers are those who have learned to rely on me completely. I want you to stop measuring my faithfulness by your current circumstances. If you evaluate my goodness only by what is happening around you, your emotions will constantly rise and fall. One good day will make you feel encouraged. One difficult day will make you feel discouraged. One answered prayer will make you feel hopeful. One delayed answer will make you question everything. But my faithfulness is not determined by your circumstances. My faithfulness is part of my nature. I'm faithful because that is who I am. I was faithful before this problem appeared. I'm faithful while you're facing it, and I will remain faithful long after it has passed. My child, there is someone listening right now who feels forgotten. You look around and see other people moving forward while you feel stuck. You see others receiving answers while you continue waiting. You see others celebrating breakthroughs while you continue praying for yours. Because of this, discouragement has begun to whisper that perhaps I have overlooked you. But I want you to reject that lie immediately. I have not forgotten you. I know your name. I know your struggles. I know your prayers. I know your fears. I know the dreams hidden deep within your heart. I know every detail of your situation. Nothing about your life has escaped my attention. If you believe God's best is still ahead of you, comment, Amen. My story is not over. In fact, some of the very things you are worried about today have already been addressed in ways you cannot yet see. I'm working in places beyond your vision. I'm influencing circumstances beyond your awareness. I'm opening doors that have not yet become visible. I'm preparing people you have not yet met. I'm creating opportunities that have not yet appeared. You are judging your future based on limited information, but I see the complete picture. Therefore, stop assuming the worst. Stop expecting defeat. Stop preparing for failure. Begin expecting my faithfulness instead. What breakthrough are you praying for right now? Family, health, finances, or relationships? My child, there is something else I need you to understand before this week comes to an end. You have been looking for signs that I am working, while all along I've been looking at your willingness to trust me without signs. Anyone can believe when everything is going well. Anyone can praise when prayers are answered immediately. Anyone can feel confident when the path ahead is clear. But faith becomes powerful when you continue trusting me in the middle of uncertainty. Faith becomes mature when you choose to believe my promises even when circumstances appear to contradict them. This season is teaching you a deeper kind of trust. A trust that is not dependent on visible evidence, but anchored in my character. Many times you ask me to remove every challenge from your path, but some challenges have been allowed because they are developing strengths within you that cannot be developed any other way. The person you are becoming is more important than the comfort you are seeking. I'm shaping your spirit. I am strengthening your endurance. I'm teaching you perseverance. I'm showing you how to stand firm when everything around you feels unstable. One day you will look back and realize that the very battles you wanted me to remove were the battles that prepared you for blessings you could not yet see. My child, stop underestimating what I can do with the situation you are currently facing. You look at your circumstances and see limitations. I look at your circumstances and see possibilities. You see obstacles. I see opportunities for miracles. You see closed doors. I see future pathways. You see what is missing. I see what is being prepared. Your vision is limited by the present moment, but my vision extends far beyond where you are standing today. There are people who doubted you. There are people who underestimated you. There are people who dismissed your potential because they judged you according to your current circumstances. Some of their words wounded you. Some of their opinions discouraged you. Some of their actions caused you to question your own worth. But my child, your value has never been determined by the opinions of others. Your identity is not established by those who rejected you. Your purpose is not cancelled because someone failed to recognize it. What I have placed within you remains valuable, regardless of who chooses to acknowledge it. I know there have been moments when you questioned yourself, moments when you wondered whether you were capable, moments when you wondered whether you were strong enough for the assignment ahead, moments when fear convinced you that you were inadequate. But hear me clearly. I have never called you to rely solely on your own strength. If everything depended on your abilities, then you would have reason to worry. But your future depends upon my grace, my wisdom, my provision, and my power. I'm the one opening doors. I'm the one creating opportunities. I'm the one making a way where there seems to be no way. My child, there are certain burdens you continue carrying that I never asked you to carry. You carry the burden of trying to please everyone. You carry the burden of worrying about how others perceive you. You carry the burden of trying to control outcomes that belong in my hands. These burdens are exhausting you because they were never yours to carry. Let them go. Stop seeking approval from people who cannot determine your destiny. Stop exhausting yourself trying to manage every detail of the future. Stop carrying responsibilities that belong to me. You spend so much energy worrying about tomorrow that you fail to experience the peace I am offering today. Yet tomorrow has never been improved by today's anxiety. Worry does not create solutions. Fear does not produce breakthroughs. Anxiety does not open doors. Instead, these things drain your strength and cloud your vision. I want you to replace worry with prayer. Replace fear with faith. Replace anxiety with trust. Every time a fearful thought enters your mind, bring it before me. Every time discouragement tries to settle in your heart, remind yourself of my faithfulness. Every time uncertainty arises, remember that I already know the outcome. My child, I'm calling you into a season of greater confidence. Not confidence in yourself alone, but confidence in me. Confidence that I am able to fulfill what I have promised. Confidence that I am guiding your steps. Confidence that I am protecting you even when you cannot see it. Confidence that I am providing for your needs even before the need fully appears. Confidence that I am working behind the scenes in ways that exceed your understanding. There will be moments in the coming days when things may not unfold exactly as you expected. Some plans may change. Some opportunities may require patience. Some answers may take longer than you hoped. When those moments arrive, do not immediately assume that something has gone wrong. Sometimes what appears to be a setback is actually a setup for something greater. Sometimes what appears to be a delay is actually divine timing. Sometimes what appears to be a closed door is protection from a path that would not have served your future. Trust me enough to believe that I can see what you cannot. Trust me enough to believe that my wisdom exceeds your understanding. Trust me enough to believe that even when events confuse you, I remain in control. Your life is not being directed by chance. Your future is not being determined by luck. I'm actively involved in your journey, and nothing can occur without passing through my awareness. My child, there is also a need for you to forgive. Some of the pain you continue carrying is connected to wounds inflicted by others. You remember what they said. You remember what they did. You remember how deeply it hurt. Those memories still affect you more than you realize. Every time you revisit them, you reopen wounds that I desire to heal. Forgiveness does not mean pretending the pain never happened. Forgiveness does not mean calling wrong actions acceptable. Forgiveness means releasing the burden of bitterness into my hands and allowing me to bring healing where pain once ruled. I know forgiveness can be difficult. I know some wounds run deep, but carrying bitterness will not punish the people who hurt you. It will only continue hurting you. I want you free. I want your heart healed. I want your spirit restored. Let me handle justice. Let me handle what you cannot change. Focus instead on the future I am preparing for you. My child, there are blessings waiting on the other side of obedience. There are opportunities waiting on the other side of faith. There are breakthroughs waiting on the other side of perseverance. Do not stop now. You have come too far to quit. You have survived too much to surrender. You have overcome too many obstacles to give up at this point in the journey. The enemy would like nothing more than for you to become discouraged and abandon your faith. He wants you to believe that your efforts are meaningless. He wants you to believe that your prayers are ineffective. He wants you to believe that nothing is changing. But he is wrong. Things are changing. You are changing. Circumstances are changing. Doors are being prepared. Paths are being opened. Answers are moving closer than you realize. Even now, while you are listening to these words, I am strengthening areas of your life that felt weak. I'm restoring areas that felt depleted. I'm renewing hope where discouragement had settled in. I'm reminding you of truths that fear tried to make you forget. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are not fighting this battle alone. My child, before this week ends, I want you to stop measuring your future by your current limitations. Stop assuming that where you are now is where you will always remain. Seasons change. Circumstances change. Opportunities emerge. Doors open. Lives transform. What seems permanent today may look completely different tomorrow. Never underestimate what I can accomplish in a short period of time. There are blessings that can arrive suddenly. There are answers that can appear unexpectedly. There are breakthroughs that can happen faster than you imagined. Continue preparing your heart with faith. Continue positioning yourself in obedience. Continue seeking my presence. Continue trusting my timing. I'm able to do more than you currently expect. The road ahead may still contain challenges, but it also contains my presence. It may still contain uncertainty, but it also contains my guidance. It may still contain waiting, but it also contains my promises. Therefore, walk forward with confidence. Walk forward with hope. Walk forward knowing that I am holding your hand every step of the way. And before this week ends, remember this above all else. I am not finished with your story. The chapters ahead contain victories you have not yet seen, blessings you have not yet received, and testimonies you have not yet shared. Keep trusting me, my child, because my plans for you are still unfolding according to my perfect purpose and my perfect love.